Good morning from the National Weather Service here in Pocatello. My name is Carter, and this is your Southeast Idaho weather hazard briefing for Saturday, September 14th. Got warm and dry conditions continuing through much of the upcoming weekend, courtesy of high pressure overhead. Dry conditions will continue, but we are going to see some increasing clouds throughout the weekend as our next system begins to roll in from the Pacific. When speaking about that system, our next system will be arriving for late Sunday into Monday and Tuesday, with some widespread rainfall, moderate to heavy at times, particularly later in the day on Monday through all day Tuesday. We'll also get some cooler temperatures, supporting some mountain snowfall potential across our highest elevations, but beyond that, unsettled and seasonably cool weather will continue through all of next week. And taking a quick look at satellite for you this morning, clear skies to start off the weekend, increasing clouds building in out of the northwest as some outer bands of moisture work in through the Pacific Northwest into Idaho. And taking a look at the bigger picture for you guys, so you can see that low pressure system up by Juneau right now. That's going to continue its progression further south along the Pacific coast, and as it does, move on shore around California around that Monday into Tuesday time frame, working directly over into our area, bringing those cooler temperatures, widespread precipitation, and as you can see, a lot of moisture with that system as it's rolling in. Take a look at the weather risk outlook for your next 5 days. Nothing to talk about today. We'll have some increasing chances for some showers and thunderstorms starting Sunday afternoon and evening, with widespread impacts expected for Monday and Tuesday. Again, heaviest of that precipitation will be falling later in the day on Monday through all day Tuesday. For Wednesday, as that first system departs to the northeast, we are going to see some lingering showers and storms as the second one begins to drop southeast out of the northeast Pacific. So overall, fairly active weather pattern through much of next week. And here's a look at those precipitation chances starting this Sunday through next Saturday. As you can see, the bulk of those impacts will be focused on Monday and Tuesday, where those best chances for rainfall will exist. But as you can see, some isolated scattered chances will continue heading into all the way through next weekend. And temperatures this morning, another cool morning, 20s, 30s, and 40s as you're headed out the door this morning. With afternoon highs warming up even more from where we were yesterday, 60s, 70s to low 80s across the board. And for Sunday, slightly more mild in the morning, 30s, 40s, low 50s to start off your Sunday. With afternoon highs looking like the warmest day of the period, afternoon highs in the 70s to mid 80s. And as you can see, precipitation chances will begin to build in out of the southwest on Sunday afternoon. Best chances will be further south and west for some more scattered coverage, especially later in the day, but mostly dry conditions will prevail as you head further north and east. And for Monday, as that cloud cover builds in, we are expecting a rather mild morning, 40s and 50s across the board. With afternoon highs starting to slowly respond to that, we'll lose about 4 to 10 degrees over Sunday. For your Monday, highs in the 60s and 70s. And rain chances on Monday, we are expecting these to peak during the afternoon and evening hours. Widespread rain will continue throughout the day on Monday. And for Tuesday, cooler temperatures coming in as we get a cold front swinging through, 30s and 40s to start things off on Tuesday. With afternoon highs noticeably cooler, we lose another 10 to 20 degrees for Tuesday, highs still hanging out in those 50s and 60s. And you guessed it, precipitation chances on Tuesday will continue to across our entire area, looking like a pretty wet heading into the later part of Monday through all day Tuesday. And for Wednesday, behind that system as it pulls to the northeast Tuesday night, it's going to be a cool morning, 30s and 40s for just about everybody. And taking a look at the probability for when it comes to rainfall. So we're looking at a percent chance of half an inch here. Really good percentiles there, looking at about 80 to 90% chance of a half inch across the board for Sunday, late Sunday through Tuesday. Bring that up to an inch. Overall, best chances will continue to be in the mountains, but overall still looking at about a 40 to 60% chance, locally higher in the highest elevations. And again, above 2 inches, looking like that's going to be the very high-end solution, but overall, best chances will be east of I-15 and up into the central mountains around Stanley. And here's a look at those expected rainfall amounts for this time period. Overall, not a whole lot of change from yesterday. Still looking at about a half an inch to an inch and a half across the board. A little bit locally higher potential for some of our mountains, but overall in the valleys, still looking like some well-appreciated rain across the board. 10th percentile, so a 90% chance of higher amounts than these, but low end still putting in about that quarter to half inch for our area. And with respect to the high end total, so this is only a 10% chance or more of exceeding these values, 90th percentile puts us closer to about that inch to 2 inch range across the board. And with snow, we are expecting that generally above that 8,000 to 9,000 foot mark. Some light accumulations at those highest elevations, particularly above 9,000 feet, where we could see some more moderate snowfall amounts. And heading into Wednesday, it's going to be a beautiful afternoon on Wednesday, 50s and 60s continuing, seasonably cool for this time of year. But overall, moisture chances will continue as those precipitation chances do drop from where they were on Monday and Tuesday, but still hanging out, especially into our mountain areas. And you look at what's to come, 6 to 10 day temperature outlook does keep things cooler than normal across the west. Precipitation chances will be shifting further northeast, so we're looking at the most active weather here in the immediate future, but looking 6 to 10 as we round out next week. Those chances will shift northeast as far as that well above normal precipitation, but we'll keep some isolated to scattered showers in our area. 8 to 14 does bring in some changes for the west. We're looking at more near normal to above normal temperatures building in over the Rockies. And again, normal highs this time of year, mid 60s, low 70s. So if you're looking for that type of weather, looks like we should have that coming back as we hit through the later part of next week. When as far as precipitation goes, that below normal signal across the Great Basin down towards Arizona and New Mexico starting to come up into our area. We're looking at drier conditions as high pressure builds back in that 8 to 14 day period. And that's about all I have for you this morning. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please feel free to send us an email, give us a call, or check out some information on our website. Have an awesome weekend and stay safe out there.